Okay, here we go. We have another creator. Why does this keep happening? We have another creator who's under fire, hardcore, another big creator, and that is Wicken's Wicked Reptiles. I was not planning on making this video, but this all came out just now, and this is a video from, some people are saying 2 weeks ago, but the one I saw was like earlier this week. Anyway, I was about to get in bed and I saw all of this and I was like, you know what? Let me just sit down and start recording this. I'm afraid tomorrow when I get up, I'm gonna be like, oh, there was so much I wanted to say about this and I don't remember. So this is another stream of consciousness video. So, gosh, man, I'm trying to figure out how to sequence this. So first of all, to fill you in on what happened, which most of you know if you're following along with Dubia and Morph Market, or Adam Wicken's Wicked Reptiles, who I've shouted out on this channel many times. Adam did a sponsored video. It was sponsored by Dubia, and in that video he took a Dubia enclosure. I'm not entirely sure the size of this enclosure.
Thank you to Dubia.com for sponsoring today's episode. Anyway, we've got 6 leopard geckos in this enclosure.
Again, this is a rant, but I have a lot of thoughts, and hopefully it will be a little bit better than last week's video, which I really wish I'd expressed myself a little bit better on. My goal in that video was simply to be like, hey, I understand how this group of people are feeling. Let's not cancel Chris because of that. And I really wanted that video to come out before people were trying to cancel him, and by the time I got that video out, a ton of people had already reported his video, and so that's why I did it so quick and it was so unprepared. This one is also unprepared and quick, but I have some thoughts about that situation. So Dubia sponsored a Wicken's Wicked Reptiles video, and in that video Adam used an enclosure from Dubia to show a setup that he had for 6 cohabbed leopard geckos. Now, we all know and have known for a very long time, we've all been taught this, we've all been told this, that cohabbing leopard geckos is a bad thing. I know some of you are like tensing up right now. I am not here to say that cohabbing is good. I am not going to advocate for cohabbing. What I am going to say is that there is more research to be done on that topic. I know I'm going to lose some of you with that, but just hang on. So there's already a study, right, of leopard geckos. Oh, the heat just kicked on. This is going to be, the audio is getting even worse. I'm so sorry. So there's already a study from Pakistan that shows that leopard geckos live in loose colonies. I can't find what a loose colony is, but I imagine it's not 6 leopard geckos in an enclosure that size. This size, I'll post it right here if I haven't already. Again, I'm all over the place because I'm not prepared. And I just realized I'm still wearing my daughter's glasses right now so that I can see while I'm driving, and I forgot to take them off. So I did not get new glasses that were girls' glasses. I will get new glasses very soon. Once the car thing's figured out, I will get new glasses, I promise you. But for now, I'm wearing my daughter's glasses, so I look like a 13-year-old girl. What was I saying?
Squirrel!
There is a study that shows that leopard geckos live in loose groups. We don't have a definition of what loose groups really is, but we do know that they live in the same cracks and crevasses with each other at all different stages of their life. We know that they go out and explore, and they can choose what group to be in the wild and stuff like that. One of the arguments against Adam's video was that this is what they do in the wild, though. It doesn't mean that's what they're going to do in captivity. I saw that comment and it immediately brought me back to the Garden State Tortoise video I just recorded, because the majority of the arguments on that were that, well, tortoises do this, turtles, the box turtles, this is not a phylogeny video. The argument on that video was that, well, box turtles do this in the wild, and Chris was just educating about it. And that's totally fine. So when I saw that comment that even if leopard geckos live in colonies in the wild, it's not okay to have them in colonies in captivity because it's not the wild, it just made me think that there was a incongruity in how the hobby views things. And it really made me think that there is so much that we don't know. We like to think we're all caught up, but there are still people saying loose substrate is a horrible thing. There are still people saying all these different species don't need UVB, but we know they can benefit from them. There's a lot of information that is just what we have. You know, this is still a very young hobby, and there are a lot of black and white views for such a young hobby. There's a lot of people who can't really see any nuance when it comes to keeping. They want to see this animal does this and that's it. We want math equations. We want things we can understand and can implement, and that's completely understandable, and I think that's a great starting point. But I don't think it is the end all be all. So where am I going with this? I'm absolutely not defending keeping 6 leopard geckos in a space that size. But I have to ask myself, if it was 3 leopard geckos, how would I feel about that? I don't know. I might be okay with it. And that's going to make people upset. It's not something I'm practicing, but I'm trying to look at this from an outside perspective, trying to take the studies that are out there on these animals in the wild and apply it to this situation, and also try to understand the mindset of the hobby as a whole. Because people are really cancel hungry. There are so many people with the whole Garden State Tortoise thing that were so upset that people are cancel hungry, and let me take this moment to just say that I absolutely love Garden State Tortoise, and my last video was in no way to throw any shade on them. But I'm really curious about the crossover between the people who defended Garden State Tortoise and the people who are attacking Wicken's Wicked Reptiles. You guys have seen what I've been doing here for a year now. Actually, oh my gosh, I think we just hit a year today. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Oh my gosh, we're a year old, guys. It's been a year and 4 days. I had other plans on our 1-year anniversary video, but here we are. So anyway, by now you guys know what I'm about. I really wanted to create a platform here where we discuss and look at both sides of these kinds of topics. So this video is not about condemning Wicken's Wicked Reptiles, just as the Garden State Tortoise wasn't about that. There's nuance to all of this that I try to take into account before I make a video. And you guys seem to like these, I don't want to say drama videos, but these looks into what is going on in the hobby. So I've kind of leaned into that. And I don't want that to be all the channel's about. Obviously, I've done a lot of other videos that aren't about that. But looking back, I've tried to cover controversial topics about big creators in a way that is fair and gives them a chance, because we are a cancel-hungry culture right now. And it kind of sucks, and sometimes it's deserved, but there is definitely a mob mentality going on where, and I've seen this in Facebook comments, even the last video, right, about Chris and the turtles fighting, the comments on Facebook were very different than the comments on TikTok. And I feel like it's because you get a couple of comments that are positive on one platform, you get a couple of comments that are negative on another platform, and whatever the majority vote is on whatever platform it's seen on, that's what the rest of the commenters run with. People like to insult people by calling each other sheep. To a degree, we are all sheep. There is a little bit of a hive mind going on social media. A lot of people just pick one extreme or another to attach themselves to. And a lot of those people have no knowledge and no education in the topic. They're just like, oh, this person said something, they're angry, I'm gonna be angry about it. Or this person said something, they like this guy, I'm gonna like this guy too. It's a really sad state of affairs. So anyway, with the Adam Wickens thing, he keeps 6 leopard geckos in this dubia enclosure. Darian pulled his sponsorship, which I completely understand because it makes dubia look bad. From a business standpoint, what Adam did there was really stupid, and we all do stupid stuff. I've done stupid stuff on this channel. I made an entire video complaining about Donnie stealing a video from Mizora Reef and pretending like it was his own thing. Dumb video. I ended up removing it because it's not the way I want to represent this channel. It's not the way I want to represent myself. So we all make mistakes. I think Darian pulling a sponsorship from him was the right move, because right now in the hobby, the consensus is that you don't cohabitate. And it made dubia look like it was complicit. Adam knew that cohabbing leopard geckos is frowned upon, which is why he said what he did about, don't crucify me for this. But it wasn't just 2 leopard geckos in a 40-gallon. It was 6 in something like a 120-gallon, right? Which that does math out, but that's not the point. The point is that he knew this was a controversial topic and chose that topic to exhibition his sponsorship with dubia. Dumb. Just dumb. Why would you do that? I don't think I'll ever get a sponsorship because I cover so much controversial crap, and that's fine. But if I did, I would be very aware of how I chose to showcase that sponsorship and wouldn't do it with something as controversial as cohabitating leopard geckos, especially not to the point of putting 6 of them in one enclosure. I understand where Darian was coming from with that, and I agree with it. I don't think Adam needs to be canceled for the same reasons as with Chris and Garden State Tortoise. He has opinions on cohabbing. He has experience with cohabbing. He does have literature and studies to back up his reasoning, and so did Chris. It is starting to feel to me that everyone here, not here watching this video, because honest to God, I believe we've got the coolest, most intelligent community right here. But everybody else, it feels like to me, is just waiting to jump on somebody to cancel them for something. I don't know when that started exactly. Maybe it really started picking up traction with the Samson stuff. I feel like it was before that, but I feel like it really picked up a lot of traction with the whole Samson Pruitt stuff. Because we went after a dude who was not going to change. That was something that was black and white, in my opinion. And it was a cause we could feel good about supporting. Same with the Holy Thursday Massacre stuff. It was a cause we felt good about supporting. We knew it was the right thing to do. And every time we wrote a letter, sent an email, we felt like we were doing some good. And I feel like people are hungry for that. And I feel like a lot of the cancel culture stuff is well-intentioned, but it's also a little misguided. It's also a little self-serving. I understand that a lot of the hate is coming from the fact that Adam is doubling down. But again, he does have sources. He does have his reasons. He has the studies from wild leopard geckos in Pakistan, which I've read, and so I understand where he's coming from. I'll leave those in the description, as I do, so you can look at those and make your own decisions for yourself. All of that said, I think 6 is too many to keep in that enclosure, personally. I think if there were 3 in there, I wouldn't bat an eye. I don't think I would. I think that's going to make some people upset, but I'm just trying to get everybody to look at things from a nuanced view and be less cancel crazy and really consider both sides of the argument and do some research. And that's really what I've been just trying to do all along here. If you've been here for the last year and 4 days, I think you know that. So anyway, I couldn't not comment on all of this, especially with Darian getting involved and, officially denouncing that whole thing. And then I watched some TikTok videos of, people being really upset about it, and read the comments on the video of all the people being like, man, I used to respect you and now you're trash. I just feel like that's way too far. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's not too far, but I feel like there's a better way to get through to people. Okay, anyway, I'm just rambling now, and I gotta get to bed. I've been rambling this whole time. I gotta get to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this made some sense. I don't know. Try to make this all make sense in post. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Remember to be kind to yourselves and each other. I haven't said that in a hot second, and I'm trying to do that myself. So anyway, good night, guys. See you on the next one.